Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today's video is rather personal and it's going to be pretty short. Um, so I want to start this off by saying I just got off of work, okay? I'm in my work clothes. I come home, I went to the mailbox, and I received something in the mail. As you can see, it says, "Please do not bend." What could it be? Well, I'd like to take this back a couple weeks. A few weeks ago, I did a video on the Famous Endings Museum in Dover, Ohio. Now, what this museum is, it is a giant museum with over 2,500 artifacts from celebrity graves, funerals, and pretty much everything like that. Um, I come across one specific item. If you watch the video, it was the Paul Walker funeral pamphlet. The staff there let me hold it, and anybody who knows me knows that I'm a huge Fast and the Furious fan. You know, Paul Walker is an inspiration of mine, always has been. You know, I have his Eclipse tattoo from the first Fast and the Furious. I have his quote saying, "Do good," tattooed on my wrist, always be a good person. Paul Walker has always been a huge inspiration in my life, as I said before. The people there let me hold his funeral pamphlet, and it made me super emotional. I didn't think that these things even existed. The gentleman took it out, he let me hold it, I opened it up, I read it, and I took some pictures with it. All of this can be found in that video. But not too long after I posted that video, I had a good friend of mine, Ryan, from Nerd Locations, who has an Instagram and a YouTube channel. Go check him out. Good friend of mine. We hung out last year at Universal Studios. Great dude. He messaged me probably a couple days after I posted the video, and he sent me a link to an eBay page. And it's funny because it said you got $10, and I get up work super early, like 10 till 5 in the morning, and I'm like trying to read my phone, like, what? So as I woke up, I clicked on the link and it took me to this eBay page, and it was Paul Walker's funeral pamphlet. Somebody was selling one for $10. So without even hesitating, I clicked purchase. I'm always leery with buying things online. You know, I had to check their history and check all this and check that. It seemed pretty legit, so I ended up buying it. There was no tracking on it, so I was kind of really like leery about it. But like I said, I got off work today and I received something in the mail. I bet you can guess what it is. And I'm really excited to open this and share it with you guys. So, like I said, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a huge Fast and the Furious person. I've done the filming locations, I've been to Fuel Fest, I've met Paul Walker's immediate family, Cody, Caleb, his dad. Haven't met his mom yet or his sister, but everybody in his family is super nice. So, I'm opening this now, and I now own my very own personal Paul Walker funeral pamphlet. So, there it is. I own this. This is wild. Of all the things having to do with this guy, I've been to his grave, I've been to his crash site, met his family, been to the locations. This is something very sentimental to me. I'd never thought I would actually own one of these, which is even wild to think about because until I made that video, I didn't know these existed. But as you can see, it's got his face right there. You open it up and it says, "When you put goodwill out there, it's amazing what can be accomplished." And it's got him with one of the kids from when he was doing, what's that called? His charity Reach Out Worldwide was sent to help clean up after one of the hurricanes, and he was just doing medical stuff. So there's that. And then you open it up, and it's got him right there in the center. In loving memory, Paul William Walker. Saturday, December 14th, 2013 is when they had it. Universal Studios, it said. Remembrances, and it says Ashley Walker, Caleb Walker, Cody Walker, Neil Moritz, who was in the Fast and the Furious. He was the guy who he raced in the very first movie, the Ferrari versus the Supra. That's him. Let's see. And then Paul William Walker III, which is his dad, and a whole bunch of other people. So they were in attendance as well. And if you check out the back, that's his daughter. That's Meadow right there. So this little pamphlet here was at Paul Walker's funeral. They were handing them out to pretty much everybody in attendance. There was not very many of these made. I don't know how many exactly, but I would assume there probably wasn't very many made. But now I do have one in my possession. So this is crazy to me to actually own one of these. But I don't even know what to say or think about it, but it says always in our hearts, 1973 to 2013. So the back of it says the family acknowledges with sincere appreciation all of the comforting messages and other expressions of kindness they have received. I know right after he passed, a few years after that, they started doing more charity work with Reach Out Worldwide. I've donated to them multiple times. I have a whole bunch of shirts and hoodies and bracelets and all kinds of things. They did do a Game for Paul charity event. Like if you donated, you get like different levels of things. So like there was a t-shirt, there was a hoodie, there was like baseball shirts. But the person who donated the most got a chance to win a green Xbox One with a design of the eclipse right here. I don't know the person who won it, but I know that they were doing... They had Vin Diesel, Cody, and Michelle Rodriguez, who plays Letty and Dom, obviously, there at the event. And I think the person, like, got a chance to meet him, and then they got to get the Xbox. And they had a replica car there as well. So it's just crazy. Like, everything has come full circle. And, you know, I'm not to toot my own horn but anything, but I did the grave location, the crash site and the grave and the toy drive location video on my YouTube channel. And it is my most viewed video because I put a lot of heart and a lot of passion into that video. I did so much research, way more than anybody else has. And it truly means a lot to me that everybody has at least watched the video. If you haven't, I'll put a link down below and you can go and check it out if you haven't. It's one of my best work. I'm not gonna lie. I put a lot of thought and energy and confidence and everything I had into that video. And it is now my most viewed video. And for that, I just want to thank you guys. I had no idea that it would blow up the way that it did, and I'm very, very thankful. But I wouldn't be here doing this without this guy here. Like I said, he was a huge inspiration on my life. I've been watching Fast and the Furious since I was 9 years old. It came out in 2001. I was born in 92. And I remember very, very vividly the first time I ever watched that movie. And as you can see, I got some of the cars here on my shelf. You got the Supra, the Charger. I got his GTR from 7, a photo of me sitting in the GTR from 7. Don't mind the Jurassic Park Jeep. I haven't put it away yet. That was from Steel City Con. It's signed by Tim and Lex from the first Jurassic Park. But this poster back here, like everything around me is always related to Fast and the Furious. Like I said, I've done the filming locations, stuff that nobody has really done. And a lot of people know me for that. And I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful for it. But yeah, just like I said, I just wanted to share this video with you guys really quick. Just something very interesting that I got in the mail. Like I said, I own a piece of his funeral. It's just crazy to think about. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. Yeah, I don't own anything from anybody's funeral ever. Besides now. So now I have this. So I'm going to put it in a safe place and keep it close. But that's it, guys. Appreciate you watching. As always, take care, be safe, and we will see you on the next one. See you guys.